welcome to me and my uncle.
NFL Weekly Rundown, Week 10. Danny, Week 9 was a wild one, wasn't it?
Very.
Man, that Bears game.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Did you watch the whole thing? From start to finish?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Started off with a kickoff return touchdown for the Bengals. You're down 7-0 right away, Bears.
Yeah,
and then
it was
just like this the whole time.
Yeah.
What about when they got that pick six by Tremaine Edmonds and you thought, well, yes, they're up by 3 touchdowns, this is over.
But he was down?
Yeah, they called him like touched by a finger or something as he went to the ground, so that 90-yard return didn't happen.
I mean, I didn't think he touched him.
I didn't think they touched him when he had possession of the ball,
yeah.
But I guess it doesn't even make a difference when you possess the ball. That was sort of weird. And then Flacco, oh man, he gives them the lead. Are you kidding me? That onside kick went off the Bears' foot.
You were probably close to walking away from the TV.
I was like, here we go again. Is this really going to end this way? Because if you remember, well, they were 4-3, but it was about this time last year when the wheels came off, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the debacle in Washington.
Yeah.
This reminded me of that. But Caleb pulled it off. That throw to Loveland.
That was awesome.
Awesome throw. Great run.
Tackles.
Yes, there were 3 Bengals right there to grab him. All of them just bounced right off of him. And then he pulled away. He's a big guy to pull away.
And that was only his second touchdown of the season.
It was it? Because it was his second of the game, right?
Yeah, because earlier they said it was his first touchdown.
That's right.
Of the game.
Yeah.
So then, yeah.
You like to see that kind of production from your first overall pick.
Yeah.
You know? Because Tyler Warren, he's been a rookie for the Colts, tight end. He's been doing very good.
Yeah.
So to see Loveland step up his game, especially when Kmet got hurt,
yeah,
huge. And you're purple. How about that win?
A win against the Lions?
In Detroit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Big dogs too. They were
Jahmyr Gibbs didn't play at all good.
Really quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. They were I'd say they were giving Montgomery the ball way more.
He did get the ball more, and neither of them was very productive when they had the ball. JJ, first game back. Whoa.
Awesome.
Hello.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, the Vikings have a pretty big game this week when they got back to 4-4. I bet you're eager to hear how you did for your picks last week. Maybe you're not eager. Maybe you're scared. You did great picking winners.
Point spread.
10 wins, 4 losses.
No, Eric, please don't.
I went 8 wins, 6 losses. So picking winners now. Let me make sure I have this right. Your grandpa, 87 wins. You, 86 wins. Me, 85 wins.
Wow.
Separated by 2 now. Picking winners. Against the spread, we both had a very average week. 7 wins, 7 losses. So you can't complain about that, but it means you didn't make up any ground on me. So I have 72 wins against the spread. Your grandpa has 69 wins, you have 68. So you're 4 behind me against the spread. You're 1 ahead of me picking winners. You have a basketball game tonight. Let's get right into week 10 and tell me what the Thursday night game is.
Raiders, Broncos.
So what do you have to say about either of these 2 teams?
Raiders coming off their bye week, right?
No, they had the bye week and played Jacksonville. And did you see Brock Bowers?
Yeah.
First game back from injury.
And it was an OT for a little bit. And Brock Bowers just was sitting in there, the middle of the touchdown.
End zone, yeah.
Yeah, or end zone. So, and they got the touchdown there. But then 2-point conversion. Again,
they were looking for Bowers, I think. And the Jags knew it. So they batted down the ball right at the line of scrimmage when Geno threw it.
But then that big guy on the Jaguars blocked it.
Yep, and then it's game over. And the Jags won by 1. So the Raiders, Bowers had a huge game. 12 catches for 127 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Awesome game.
So he's back. What about Denver? Did you see any of their game against Houston? I think you said before we started you caught a little of it.
Cortland Sutton, I'd say, had a huge game.
Yeah,
Not huge,
did
but-
he maybe score the touchdown that
Yeah.
tied it up, and then they got a 2-point? Because Houston was winning like 15-7 for a lot of the game, and then Bo Nix, I think, threw a touchdown pass to Sutton, like you say.
Yeah.
I think they got the 2-point to tie it, and then Will Lutz came in, kicked the field goal at the buzzer, and
Yeah.
it's over. 18-15 win for the Broncos. So look at them in the standings. They're 7-2 now, 2 games clear of the Chiefs, 1 game clear of the Chargers. Oh, and then there's the Raiders in that division. I forgot to ask you, all-time record between these division rivals in the AFC West. Who do you think's got the edge?
Weren't Raiders good back then?
They were good back in the 70s when John Madden was their coach, and they were good in the 80s when they had Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson.
I'm gonna say Raiders.
That's a good guess because the Raiders do have the all-time edge. 72 wins, 55 losses, and 2 ties.
Okay.
So now to the present day. Or wait a minute. I'm sorry, not Chargers. It's 72 for the Raiders, 55 for the Broncos. I might have said Chargers, but we're talking about Broncos Raiders here. So, okay. Picks for this game? Well, who do you think is going to be the star?
I think Bo Nix is gonna play great.
Do you have Denver by 9.5?
Yeah.
Me too.
And I mean Max Crosby might get a few sacks, but it's not gonna pull off the win.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I have Broncos 27, Raiders 21.
Okay. So you have the Raiders covering the spread. I'm gonna have the Broncos covering the spread, 28-17. Here is a game in Berlin, Germany, that will be in the morning for us to watch again.
8:30.
Yeah, early.
Yeah.
Eat your pancakes, watch some football, and who's playing?
Falcons, Colts.
You catch any of Atlanta's game at New England?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
Yeah, Drake London, huge game. Kind of like Bowers. He was hurt for a week. London missed the game, came back, 9 catches for 118 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Who's their backup while Michael Penix is out?
Cousins.
Really?
Yeah, but Penix played last week, I'm pretty sure. He did. But they lost to New England because on London's 3rd touchdown catch, they missed the extra point. They cut their kicker, so they had Younghoe Koo. They cut him. They brought in some guy named Romo, cut him. Now they have a 3rd kicker. If you're on your 3rd kicker, you really don't have a kicker at all. Like, you should just go for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
What about, you said you caught some of that Indy-Pittsburgh game. What were your impressions of that one?
Colts second last of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're tied up with Patriots and
Yeah.
Broncos.
I know. So the AFC got a little tighter there with the Colts loss. And Daniel Jones, for as well as he played for the first 8 games of the year, Pittsburgh really caused him some problems.
I mean, I will say Pittsburgh is a good defense.
Remember, they hadn't been playing good early in the year, but it
Yeah.
seems like they're figuring things out.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was all their defense, but their defense was a big part of that game.
I think so. And Jones ended up with 3 interceptions. He lost 2 fumbles. So that's way too many turnovers to be competitive in a game. And they ended up only losing by 7. Jonathan Taylor was slowed down. I think he only had 40-some yards. So that's not a big day for a guy who was... They were just getting touchdowns and multiple touchdowns every game out of him.
Yeah.
Colts by 6.5 here in Germany.
Yep.
Yeah, so no true home team in this one because the Colts are going to technically be the home team, but I don't know how many fans they have in Germany.
So I'm picking Colts to cover the point spread.
Alrighty.
Pretty close game.
Mm-hmm.
Not too high scoring.
Okay. They kind of do expect a lot of points in this one.
Yeah.
But okay.
28 Colts and 21 Falcons.
All right. I don't know why I feel like the Falcons will at least be competitive in this game, but I'm going to have Atlanta cover the spread. So we're different on 2-point spreads already, 2 games in. But I'm taking the Colts to win because I think they're the better team. Colts 24, Falcons 21. Sunday, noon. Oh boy. Worst game of the season? Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe?
Oh,
Oh, thanks, Arrow. Hi. What do you got?
Browns, Jets.
Okay, I didn't write a whole lot of notes about this one, but the trade deadline was yesterday for teams to make trades. The Jets, you might not know this.
Yeah, you probably don't.
Jets traded Sauce Gardner to the Colts
Really?
for 2 first-round picks and a receiver named Mitchell. That's a lot.
Wow.
So Gardner is gone, one of their best players on defense. Do you know who Quinnen Williams is? He was one of their best defensive linemen, the
Yeah.
Jets defensive lineman. They trade him to the Cowboys for, I think, a first-round pick, maybe a second-round pick.
Cowboys might need it.
They need some help on defense for sure. So the Jets just gave away, well, they didn't give away because now they're accumulating draft choices for the future. But for this season, their best 2 players on defense gone. The Browns traded a little known or little used defensive end to the Bears named Joe Tryon-Shoyinka.
Are we happy about that?
The Bears only gave up a 6th-round pick, and they got a 7th-round pick back. Plus, they got this guy, and they needed a guy to play on the edge with Montez Sweat because when we talk about the Bears, they got a little banged up at defensive end lately. So, I mean, you swapped a 6th-round pick for a 7th-round pick, and you got a player. I'm fine with it. You know, they didn't give up a lot. If they gave up like what if they gave up 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby? Or 2 first-round picks for Trey Hendrickson? You know, they could have tried to do that, but I just wonder, are the Bears 1 player away from winning the Super Bowl? I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
So that's what you kind of have to think about when you make these trades. The Jets, what are they, 1-7 now?
Yeah.
You know, they're going to start trading guys, and they did.
They're gonna need to.
Yeah. So both teams are coming off their bye week here. They have a combined 3 wins and 15 losses or 13 losses.
13.
3 and 13. So do you have Browns by 2.5?
Yeah. I have Jets by 2.5.
I bet it changed because when I printed that Monday morning, they hadn't made those trades.
Yeah.
And now, when I looked at it
Probably.
yesterday, they made those trades and it swung by that's a lot, 5-point swing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you want to make note, but the Browns are the favorite in this one.
I mean, both bad teams.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a game where only New York people or Cleveland people are going to watch.
I think so.
It's not going to be any San Francisco or
Or
whoever.
Minnesota or
Yeah.
Chicago. Yeah.
So,
I'm not going to be watching this one too closely. Even from a fantasy standpoint, who is going to have somebody on these crummy teams in their lineups?
I don't know.
You know, maybe Quinshon Judkins, the running back from Cleveland.
Maybe.
Maybe Garrett Wilson if he's healthy.
I had to put in, what's his name? Brown's quarterback. Like,
Dylan Gabriel,
Yeah.
you're starting
I
him?
had to.
Oh, that 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I got smoked.
Yeah.
I got smoked every week.
Well, you won a couple games.
I won one.
Okay, 1.
Yeah.
So what do you think's gonna happen in this? I'm gonna just call it a stinker of a game.
Pretty lousy.
Yeah,
Not worth watching.
no way.
Quinshon Judkins might play good. I
Might
don't know.
Jets are missing a couple guys on defense now, so you never know.
So, Browns 21, Jets 20.
Okay, so you got the Jets covering the spread. I'm going to have the Browns covering the spread. In a game you can take a nap to. Browns 10, Jets 6. Okay, next game at noon. The game between AFC South rivals.
Jaguars, Texans.
So what do you think the all-time record is between these rivals? And they haven't played a ton of games. They've only played 47 games. So that's about 20. I think this must be their 24th year of being division rivals.
Because they're both pretty new teams.
Jags were in the mid-90s. Texans came in the early 2000s. Yep, so they were probably about 6 or 7 years apart coming into the league.
Oh, I didn't pick a score for the Jags. Okay.
Who do you think is the all-time rival or all-time leader?
Texans?
It is. It's the Texans, 31 games, and the Jags have won 16.
Okay.
So we talked a little about the Denver-Houston game. You see Stroud got a concussion.
Yeah.
He's already been named out this week. So it'll be Davis Mills.
Who's that guy?
He's not an awful backup, but
I mean,
he's not good.
I mean, he played a decent game, I'd say.
They battled Denver, who in the standings is way ahead of them.
Yeah.
So, I don't remember how many of their points they scored when Stroud was in the game, actually. The Jags, we talked a little about their overtime win against the Raiders. Did you see Cam Little?
Yeah.
Their kicker?
Yeah.
68-yard field goal at the end of the first half.
That's the most this year.
New NFL record.
Really?
Longest ever.
Really?
I think 66 or 67 have been the record.
Wow.
And then he kicked a field goal at the end of the fourth quarter to send it to overtime. So Cam Little today was named AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. That'll usually go to a kicker or a punter or a return guy.
Yeah.
Maybe a guy who blocks a field goal or a punt. Stuff like that. So that's the story. This is kind of a big game, I guess, if the Texans think they're going to get back in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, which might be a little hard for them.
Yeah. Do you have Texans still favored by 1.5?
Yeah.
And that might have changed because I looked at this yesterday and Stroud hadn't been named out yet. But usually when a guy is concussed, he's going to miss a game, I feel like. So, thoughts on this? What they think is going to be a pretty low-scoring game in Houston.
I have Jaguars covering the point spread and
Okay.
winning the game.
Okay.
I don't have it too close with a backup quarterback, and I just don't think he's going to get it done, whoever.
Davis Mills.
Yeah, Davis Mills.
Yeah.
So, Texans 21, Jaguars 27.
Okay, I'm also taking the Jags, so I'm taking the Jags to cover the spread, but I think it's going to be close. Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars 17, Texans 16, and I didn't tell you, but Travis Hunter got injured in practice, and he got put on injured reserve, I think last week. Yeah, he hurt his knee in practice, and he's going to miss a few games, at least 4. So at least the Raiders game, this one, and at least 2 more.
Wow.
All right, here's a game between AFC East rivals who I think played on a Thursday night a few weeks ago. Oh, did I? 17-16 Jags. Yeah. So AFC East rivals they played on a Thursday night a few weeks ago.
Bills, Dolphins.
Tell me who is winning the all-time series between these rivals who have played 124 games against each other.
Dan Marino, how long did he play for?
15 years, 16 years, something like that. He played, well, part of the time he played during all those Bills Super Bowl teams too. So
And Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Bruce Smith. Yeah. So, I mean, it's close. That's the thing. This is a close all-time series.
I'm gonna say Bills.
It is actually the Dolphins, but by one game. Dolphins
Really?
have 62 wins, Bills have 61 wins, and one tie. So
this could change.
this could tie it. This could tie it. Buffalo, let's see, they played, did you see their game against Kansas City?
Yeah, that was.
They played pretty good.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, 3 touchdowns. He had 1 passing, 2 rushing, and he only threw 3 incomplete passes.
3.
So you have 3 touchdowns, and you only have 3 incomplete passes. That seems like a pretty good recipe for winning a game.
Yeah. Dolphins.
Dolphins, did you see their Thursday night game against the Ravens?
Yeah, a little.
They just weren't very competitive.
I mean, they did play a decent team.
They did play a decent team. They didn't play decent, and they fired their general manager who picks the players and does the draft. They fired him after the game. So they kind of blamed him, and you wonder, if you fire the top guy, the general manager, it's not going to be too long before the coach. And then you start questioning who is the long-term quarterback for this team.
Yeah.
So there could be a lot of changes for the Dolphins come next year. But it's still this year, and they have to play out the string, and they're 9.5-point underdogs at home against the Dolphins. Is that what you have? 9.5?
Is this the most points this week? 50.
It is this in Denver. Points, total points. Yes, I think so. The highest over under. I show 50.5. Yep. Well, are the Bills going to tie up the all-time series, or will the Dolphins sneak ahead by 2 games?
I can't say it yet. But
No?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, I think so too.
I think so a lot.
Yeah.
Bills 30, Dolphins 20.
Oh, so close. I got
8.5.
I'm
spread.
9.5, but either way, we both cover it.
Yeah.
I almost had your same score. Buffalo 31, Dolphins 20. I know, so close. All right, here's a game between teams who are actually winning their divisions.
Patriots, Buccaneers.
I mean, who'd have thought that week 1 we would have said this sentence? Is Drake May a legitimate MVP candidate? Is he? He's got 17 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in 2025, and they're 7-2, right in the mix of being the best team in the AFC, at least by record.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say by talent, but, if you get the best record, you get all your home teams, or all your playoff games are at home.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing if the Patriots can keep winning. We talked about their game against the Falcons. They won by 1.
Yep.
Tampa had a bye week, so will Bucky be back? Will Emeka Egbuka be healthy?
Mike Evans.
He's going to be down for a few more weeks. Chris Godwin, maybe. I don't really know his status. So they have a chance to get a little bit healthier. So, what do you feel about this one in Tampa? Oh, this is kind of the Tom Brady Bowl. The two teams that he played for.
Is he going to be the announcer of this game?
Interesting. I don't know for sure.
Probably.
He might be busy cloning dogs. He cloned his dog apparently recently. If you know what that means.
Buccaneers 31, Patriots 29.
So you got the Patriots covering the spread. I'm going to take the Bucs to cover the spread. I just think Baker Mayfield and company are the more talented squad. So I'll take 28-21. Oh, yes. We get to talk about this game.
Finally.
Yes.
Giants and the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Okay. So Jackson Dart had a decent game. 3 touchdowns against the Niners. 2 passing, 1 rushing. But their defense could not stop anything San Francisco was doing. It didn't seem like.
Yeah.
So Dart can't do it all by himself. But he kind of has to.
I mean, if Cam Scatteroo comes back soon.
But he's going to be done for the year. Yeah, his ankle's pretty. And Malik Neighbors is done for the year.
Really?
So that's where it's going to be all Jackson Dart. I think that's why they started the season with Russell Wilson. They're like, we don't think Jackson Dart's ready to do this all by himself. So let's just put the veteran out there. And then, Wilson starts like 2 or 3 games and they're, oh, he's terrible. Dart, get in there.
Yeah.
So these teams can have plans. Oh, we're going to sit our rookie. We're going to sit our rookie. But that plan gets, there used to be a saying, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. I think Mike Tyson said that. So it's nice to have a plan, Giants, that you're never going to play Dart in his first year. But then 3 games in, when Russell Wilson is horrible, then that plan is just thrown upside down.
Yeah. So
The Bears.
Man,
Caleb Williams, they were calling such fun plays. Komet threw a pass to Odunze that was actually incomplete. But then DJ Moore threw a touchdown pass to Caleb Williams.
That was crazy.
And then did you see the play when the Bears' backup quarterback was on the field and Williams kind of played catch back and forth with Bagent, and then Bagent threw it to Williams for like a 20-yard gain?
Yeah.
And that was in the 4th quarter. Like, you're running trick plays at the most critical part of the time, and they're working.
And they're just having fun playing football.
That's the biggest thing, is it's fun. And, if I didn't have a rooting interest in that Bengals-Bears game, it would have been one of the most fun games I ever watched.
Yeah.
It was the most fun, maybe one of the most fun games I've ever watched, but man, it could have been like the least fun game I ever watched had the Bears lost. That's probably how Bengals fans are feeling.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Really?
And, Joe Flacco played.
470 yards against the Bears defense.
But the Bears pulled it off.
They did, so you take it. And the Bears coach, I think he said it a few times after games, you don't have to apologize for winning games in the NFL.
Yeah.
You don't have to say, oh, we're sorry we didn't play better defense, or we're sorry we let the Bengals get 2 touchdowns in 50 seconds to take the lead. You just say, we got the win, we'll work on the things that we didn't do well in practice, and we'll figure it out, and we'll move forward.
And earlier, I think in the season, they said Ben Johnson was the offensive coordinator, right?
For Detroit. Mm-hmm.
And they said he ran a bunch of trick plays.
He had a few plays where like offensive linemen tried to throw passes. So he likes throwing to big guys. He likes passing with guys who aren't the quarterback. He likes throwing it to the quarterback.
He likes having fun with the players.
And the players have fun with that. Think about it. If an offensive lineman gets to catch a pass, like that's the thrill of a lifetime, If a 340-pounder gets to, you better catch it if it comes to you. You can't drop it in that moment because that's your one moment, man. You better make it.
Yeah.
So the Bears are having fun, but it's easy to have fun when you're winning.
Yeah.
Would we be smiling about those trick plays if they blew it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The players don't have as much fun when they lose. But it did look fun in the moment.
Yeah. So Bears 3.5 point spread.
That's what I have. Yep.
I personally, after that game, think it should be a little higher.
I could see that.
But
just the Bears defense, I think, scares people because it scares them in they're so bad right now.
Yeah.
They're really injured both on the defensive line and in the secondary now. It could be just shootouts. It could be high-scoring games for the rest of the year. Mm-hmm. So Caleb's going to have to step up to the plate, and he did on Sunday. But boy, the Bengals defense is pretty terrible too.
So here's another team where you were saying bad words. Well, not bad words, but talking about Giants defense, which isn't that good.
No, I think they do have pretty good pass rushers.
Yeah,
so you don't want to get losing.
Lawrence.
Dexter Lawrence and Abdul Carter is a rookie from Penn State. So you really don't want to get behind, because if you get behind this team, then you have to pass, and then you have the Giants defense playing their best. The good thing is Christian McCaffrey and the Niners ran all over the Giants last week. So can Kyle Monangai and Swift, if Swift comes back, we'll see.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So I want the Bears to have fun.
I want them to have a blast.
I want them to win the game.
Yes.
So Bears 29, Giants 23.
Yes, let's will it into existence. I'm going to have a slightly higher victory for the Bears. Let's say 31-20. And this is kind of important. Imagine if they get to 6-3 halfway through the season.
That would be
Because we're right about at the halfway point. And their schedule is going to get a lot tougher.
It is.
5 division games. They've got the Steelers. They've got the Niners. They've got the Eagles. They got a lot of hard games ahead of them. So you got to get wins like this coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. Big game between teams that had nice wins last week.
Ravens, Vikings.
Big game.
Big game.
I feel like the loser of this game is kind of putting themselves in a lot of trouble when it comes to the playoff picture.
Yeah.
Kind of have to win this game if either team is serious about making a playoff run. You said you caught the Baltimore-Miami Thursday night game.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar was back. Looked good.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns. So I heard also he's from the Miami area.
Really?
He puts up his best games against the Dolphins. So it's almost like he's, playing his hometown team or going home to play, and he just lights it up.
Wow. Was that game in Miami?
It was, yeah. So he probably had some fun after that game with some family and friends. J.J. McCarthy back.
Yeah.
Another
game.
Another touchdown another quarterback who had 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 running. Upset win at Detroit.
Yeah.
And they held Gibbs in check. Like, when's the last time you saw Gibbs have 20 yards rushing or whatever he ended up with? And you said Montgomery got it more, but he didn't really light it up either.
I mean, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, none of them really played an awesome game for Detroit.
No, they were quiet offensively, and
so their defense, Vikings defense, played good.
Yeah, I was obviously dialed into the Bears game mostly, so I was only kind of seeing highlights of what was going on in the Vikings game. But, you got to give them credit. And there's the Vikings got down 7-0 pretty early, didn't they?
Yeah.
And JJ, just cool as a cucumber, didn't flinch.
He's finally coming back for a while. He missed getting a touchdown 7 games in a row.
Yeah, was it his ankle that kept him out of the games or something like that? Yeah. So he's back, and he has to be back because they don't have a great plan at quarterback. We talked about the trade deadline. They didn't make any move to kind of protect them in case McCarthy gets hurt. If McCarthy gets hurt, it's probably the rookie Max Brosmer, which you could pretty much count on the Vikings season going south if that happens. I'm just gonna guess. So big game at US Bank Stadium here on Sunday.
I think Baltimore's gonna win, but I think it's gonna be close. So
Okay. Do you have Baltimore favored by 4.5?
I have 3.5.
Okay, might have gone up just a tick.
So now that it changes to 3, I'm having 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Vikings 28, Ravens 31.
Yep. So you have the Vikings covering the spread, and I've got the same difference and the same winner, just a few less points. I'll say Ravens 27, Vikings 24. Okay, one more game at noon. I would say this is a pretty bad game, though one of the teams now is 5-4.
Saints, Panthers.
NFC South rivals. These teams have played 60 games all time. Who leads the all-time series, do you think? It's another pretty close one.
Panthers are another team that I think are pretty new, right?
Pretty new from again, they came in with the Jags in the mid-90s. I was in college.
Drew Brees.
Yeah.
when they had Drew Brees, I think they probably would have won a few games. So
They won a Super Bowl with Drew Brees. The Panthers have been to 2, I think, but didn't win one.
I'm gonna say Saints.
Saints 32, Panthers 28. Nice. You know your football history in the NFC South. You see any of the Saints-Rams game? Tyler Shuck?
No.
No.
Not really.
Shuck wasn't awful, but New Orleans got diced up by the Rams. Stafford just diced them apart. And they traded one of their best receivers, Rashid Shaheed, to the Seahawks. He's a fast guy.
Yeah.
And then there's Carolina. Holy cow, you talk about upset wins. 12.5-point underdogs at Lambeau,
Wow.
and they won.
That was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it was. I saw Love throw a terrible interception in the end zone.
And wasn't it Love's birthday?
I think it was. Yes. You can celebrate with a big L.
There was a sign that said, birthday cake, Jordan Love, plus cheese equals win, but they flipped it over at the end of the game.
Nope, they did not get the win. And Rico Dowdle, they kind of stopped a little, let's give it to Chuba most of the time, but Rico Dowdle some of the time.
Yeah.
They kind of gave it to Rico, the hot hand, and he had 25 carries for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Bryce Young only had to throw 20 passes. So if you can, that is the kind of football I like. If you just say, hey, Packers, try to stop us on the ground because we don't think you can.
Yeah.
And you just pound it, and you pound it. And you have a guy like Bryce Young, and you want to sort of limit the number of times he passes because let's face it, he's not that great.
I mean,
right?
He's getting better as he goes on, I'd say.
Getting better. I still think he's a guy that you don't want to just say, hey, Bryce, throw it 50 times.
Yeah.
You know, because that's not going to end well for you. Especially when you got a guy like Dowdle. And you got a guy like Chuba. Now, Dowdle did miss practice today with an injury.
Is he questionable?
I would say he's probably questionable today. We'll see. They don't really have to give him a designation yet. On Friday, they'll call him either questionable, which is sort of a 50-50 coin toss, doubtful, which guys play almost never when they're doubtful, or they'll call them out. And if they're out, they're out.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have Panthers by 5.5?
Yeah. No.
No?
4.
Okay. Give me your impressions on this game in the NFC South where the Panthers with a win could be, keep themselves in playoff contention.
So I'm gonna have Panthers covering the point spread.
Okay.
Panthers 27, Saints 21.
I have a 6-point difference too. Panthers 23, Saints 17. And before we get into the 3 o'clock games, I forgot the 4 teams on bye. So maybe we should just run
Titans?
through. Titans, yes.
I don't know the other.
Think traded for Quinnen Williams.
Who?
Think Dak Prescott.
Oh, Dallas.
Okay. Think old man throws for 470 yards against the Bears.
Huh? Oh, Bengals.
Bengals. And think recent Super Bowl team lost on Sunday. Recent, think one of the best teams of the last several years. Chiefs, yes, Chiefs. So as I told you, this Quinnen Williams gets traded to Dallas. They have 3 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie. What are they doing trading a first-round pick for a guy when it doesn't look like they're going to make the playoffs? I don't really understand that one. I get it from the Jets' perspective. They get a couple draft choices for a guy that, he's good, but the Jets need to start over.
Yeah.
Bengals, okay, listen to this. First team in 59 years to lose 2 games in a row where they score at least 38 points.
I heard them say that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's just a lot of points, and all of a sudden, you got guys like Chase Brown and Jamar Chase, and they're interviewed in the locker room, and it kind of sounds like that locker room is teetering on the edge of being a total fight, because the offense is doing their part.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want guys in the locker room saying, "Man, if our defense could stop a bleeping play, we'd win."
Yeah.
You know.
But
But Chase Brown kind of started pointing the finger at the defense, and then the coach says, "I don't think Chase Brown should say that." There's starting to be friction in the Cincinnati locker room,
I heard Jamar Chase might want to get traded.
which is too late this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're kind of wasting the best years of his career. I mean, he did go to a Super Bowl when they played the Rams, and he was a
Yeah.
young player. But I mean, really, even if Joe Burrow was healthy, he can't stop a team from scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
So they need some help on defense. Chiefs, maybe Mahomes' worst game as a pro.
Maybe.
Now they're in third place in the AFC West, and if the season ended today, they'd be out of the playoffs.
Which that's crazy because they've went to three
Is
Super
it three
Bowls
straight?
in a
Yeah,
row.
and probably 4 in the last 5 years or something like that. It's a lot. So they've got to start getting it together. Oh, and then there's the Titans. Cam Ward continues on his pace to be sacked 72 times because he was sacked, I think, 4 more times in their blowout loss against somebody. Who'd they get crushed by? The Chargers. It wasn't that bad. They lost 27-20. Okay, so we quick got through the bye week teams. We have 3 teams playing at 3 o'clock. What is the first of them? A division rivalry in the NFC West.
Cardinals, Seahawks.
All-time records between these teams. They played 53 times. So although both the teams have been around for a while, they weren't always division rivals. So they've only played each other 53 times.
I mean, I know Cardinals were pretty good way back then.
They had a little, They haven't always been the greatest team.
I don't really know when Seahawks were ever amazing.
Probably when they had Russell Wilson and the Legion of
Yeah.
Boom was what they called their defensive backfield. They just hit guys and intercepted passes and shut down the other team from passing the ball. They were pretty good.
So I'm gonna say Seahawks.
Maybe I gave you too many hints, but yeah, Seahawks 30 wins, Cardinals 22 wins, and 1 tie. So Monday night game, did you catch the Cardinals win over the Cowboys?
Yeah,
Jacoby Brissett, he kind of has that offense clicking.
yeah. I mean, he's not the worst backup.
They just decided, and I don't know if they're benching Kyler Murray, but they decided to put him on injured reserve. So he's going to miss at least 4 games. He's going to try to get healthy. But I think part of it is they're just playing better with Brissett.
Yeah.
So this is sort of a way to say, no, we're not benching Kyler Murray. See, he's hurt. But if Brissett continues to play well and have the Cardinals' offense performing at a high level, I don't know. Maybe you could see Brissett play the rest of the year.
Yeah.
He got Marvin Harrison Jr. going on Monday night. Did you see the sweet touchdown he had where he made a move and Deron Bland just fell down?
Yeah.
Like one little shake and Bland was just falling over.
And then the Seahawks.
7-2.
Wow.
You see any of the Sunday night game?
Yeah, a little.
Sam Darnold. He was almost perfect in the first half. I don't think a ball hit the ground.
I mean, Jackson Smith-Njigba didn't play as well.
I didn't see his final numbers. I think he had a touchdown though.
Yeah.
And Darnold, 330 yards and 4 touchdowns. Is he a legitimate MVP candidate? Like,
Maybe.
what if Drake May or Sam Darnold lead their teams to the best record in football? Would you get MVP consideration? Not exactly the famous names that you would expect, but maybe.
I mean, they could both go to the Super Bowl.
They could. Now that would be a bit of a
that
shock.
would be
I'm not going to put
pretty
any money on that.
Yeah.
No. Do you have Seahawks favored by 6.5 games or 6.5 points?
I have 7.5.
Okay. Let's call it 6.5 for the purpose of this exercise. What do you suspect will happen in Seattle on Sunday?
Cardinals, Brissett, not great.
Not great.
But they are playing better.
He seems to be playing better than Kyler Murray was playing.
Are they playing good enough as Sam Darnold, though? No.
No.
Not at all.
Now, if you remember one thing, Seattle, for some reason, under this new coach, or their second-year coach, almost unbeatable when they play on the road.
Wow.
For some reason, they can lose games when they play at home. And this one's in Seattle. They have a worse record at home under this coach than on the road, which is rare, it seems like. You know, most of the time you win your games at home.
So, I have to pick Seahawks.
I do too.
And you can't pick Cardinals.
I don't think so.
So, Seahawks 30, Cardinals 29.
I'm going to also have the Seahawks cover the spread. I will say 27-20 Seattle. Okay, if you remember, this was a playoff game last year. I don't think it will be a playoff game this year, the way one of these teams is playing.
Lions, Commanders.
Man, we talked about it when we talked about the Vikings, but Gibbs and Montgomery were completely ineffective running the football against the Vikings.
Yeah.
And when you see that a team can't run, then it all falls on Goff.
Yeah.
It makes it hard to be a quarterback because if you can start running the ball and Gibbs and Montgomery are doing their thing, then you can fake it to those guys. And then all of a sudden you hit Jameson Williams deep. Or you hit him on Ross St. Brown or Laporta for some, underneath stuff. So Detroit's got to figure that out. It was weird to see them unable to run the ball.
Yeah.
And it's testament to the Vikings. They played great.
And last week we said, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but we said Lions might have the best 2 running backs in the league.
They might still.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know if that changes just because they had one bad game.
But
It tells me that the Vikings had a great plan for stopping the Lions.
Yeah.
Because they put it on Goff's shoulders, and he couldn't do it by himself. And we might have mentioned this before we started recording. Jaden Daniels.
Out again.
Yeah, his arm, and they're trying to figure out how long. And he got hurt in the fourth quarter of a game they were losing 38-7. At some point, you just pull that guy and you say, "Hey, Mariota, go in there. We'll get him next week."
Yeah.
But Daniels probably wanted to be in the game. He doesn't want to get pulled from a game they're losing 38-7.
Mm-hmm.
But the coaches just kind of have to protect the players at some point and be like, "Guys, this game's over. Let's just finish it with the backups. We'll stay healthy, and we'll go get them next week." That's not what Washington did, though, and now they've got to play Detroit with Marcus Mariota. Not great.
Lions, I can't say that. They're good, but after that game, are their running backs going to have the same kind of game again?
I wouldn't say Washington's defense has proven to be able to stop people this year.
So
We'll
and
see.
they have Jaden Daniels out.
Yeah.
Lions aren't too dinged up. Maybe they got few players out.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody they're really missing who's significant.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick the Lions.
8.5 point favorites?
It's probably changed because of Jaden Daniels, but I had only 3.
Oh wow, it went up a lot when Jaden Daniels, yeah.
So I have Commanders covering the 8.5 point spread.
Okay.
But I don't know. Lions 28. Commanders 20.
It is kind of a hard one only because Washington has had a few games where they've been good with Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
And then some games they've been really bad with Mariota. And some of the games they've even been really bad with Daniels. So, okay, I'm going to disagree with you on the point spread. I think Detroit is going to cruise to an easy win. I'll say 34-17. Okay, division rivalry in the NFC West.
Rams 49ers.
Who do you think has the all-time lead between
49ers.
these division rivals? Okay,
49ers.
they played 153 games. It's a little closer than you would think because between the years of Montana and Steve Young, I feel like the Niners beat him every single year.
Yeah.
Twice. But all-time, Niners 79, Rams 71,
Wow.
and 3 ties. It might be the Rams. They had a good defense in the 60s and 70s.
I mean, with
60s.
Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Steve Young, that's pretty surprising.
That it was that close.
Yeah.
The thing is, those guys probably accounted for 20 years, so maybe 40 of those 153 games. So, you know, if it was like the Panthers and Saints and you had 40 games, well, then you're almost playing the entire length of that rivalry. This rivalry has probably gone back to the 1940s or 50s, something like that, I bet. So, well, what do you know about what the Rams, we talked a little bit about the Rams and their butt kicking over the Saints. That wasn't surprising.
Yeah.
But Stafford got everybody involved. Stafford, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. They all starred in that game.
Yeah. So,
And the Niners,
I mean, Mac Jones is playing great, I'd
and
say.
yeah, Purdy, again, we just don't know. We have no idea.
We've said that every week, but he's never came back.
Right. McCaffrey did have a big game. 28 carries for 106 yards. That's not a great average, but they just kept feeding him the ball.
Yeah.
And he had 5 catches for 67 yards. And he caught a touchdown and rushed for a touchdown. So whoever's playing quarterback, just give it to CMC.
Yeah. I mean, Mac Jones isn't playing horrible when he throws the ball.
No, he's had maybe one bad game. I forget who it was against. But for the most part, he's been surprisingly steady.
But they don't have that good people that... Yeah, I mean, they can't really throw the ball to any good players now.
Well, yeah,
Except
Jawan
for-
Jennings is healthy and Kittle's healthy.
But,
Ayuk and Ricky Pearsall aren't playing yet.
yeah.
But look at that team. I mean, they're 6-3, right? So
Yeah, so...
still winning games. Big game in the NFC West though, because whoever loses is gonna fall back a little bit in the playoff picture.
True.
What do you think?
Well, I have a pretty good game. Not too close, but I'd say Rams defense is playing really good. So I'm gonna pick the Rams.
Do you have them as 3.5 point favorites?
Yeah, I'm having the Rams cover the point spread,
Okay.
winning the game. Rams 29, 49ers 23.
Okay, I don't think we've picked too many winners differently this week,
Mm-hmm.
but we will here.
Wow.
I'm gonna go Niners, 24-23. I just think it's gonna be about who's got. I think the home field advantage is gonna play a big part in this one.
Wow.
Okay, game between AFC teams who would both be in the playoffs if the season started today. It's a Sunday night game.
Steelers, Chargers.
Offense was bad for the Steelers, but their defense forced 5 turnovers from Danny Dimes. Dimes was sacked 5 times. So like we said when we talked about the Colts, doesn't it kind of seem like the Steelers defense is coming alive?
Yeah.
We'll see if their offense can catch up, because they barely had 200 yards of offense, which just, that's a low total for an NFL team. The Chargers got a win at Tennessee, but I think I mentioned that one of their tackles, Joe Alt, he had been hurt. He came back when they beat the Vikings bad on that Thursday night game, and he played well. And now he's hurt again, and now he's done for the year. So now both their starting offensive tackle, who were both first-round draft choices, are injured for the year. And, that's not good because Justin Herbert has been getting hit a ton.
Yes, that is.
Yeah. So you get hit a ton, and you've got this Steelers defense who's been playing better. Ooh, I don't know if I'd want to be. I don't know that I'd be sleeping that well if I was Justin Herbert.
So, Steelers defense coming alive. Joe Alt, I'd say, being out is pretty big.
Could be.
And Justin Herbert. Against the Steelers team, or Steelers defense, I just don't think he can really get it done that well.
Well.
So.
Do you have Chargers as 2.5-point favorites?
I'll change it to that. I
Okay.
have 3.
Okay.
So, I'm picking the upset here.
Oh.
At home for the Chargers.
My second least favorite team you're picking. Ooh.
Oh, sorry. Steelers 28, Chargers 24.
I maybe just want it to happen because I don't like Rodgers, but I'm going to pick the Chargers to win. I'm going to pick them to cover the spread. 23-17. I am sure there will be a ton of Steelers fans in LA for this game because Steelers fans travel well, and Los Angeles is a cool place to visit. So it'll probably be pretty loud in the Steelers' favor, but I think the Chargers will ultimately win. Here is a game between, I would say, two of the better teams in the NFC, even if I don't want to say it.
Eagles and Black.
So the Eagles coming off their bye week, and because the Packers lost, the Eagles are now the number 1 seed in the NFC. And the Packers, holy cow, that loss against the Panthers, are you kidding me?
Awesome.
Some people are thinking that maybe the Packers were just looking past the Panthers to this game. Because sometimes that's what happens, is you see a team on your schedule that's going to be a big game the next game, and you look at the Panthers and you're like, man, all we have to do is take the field and we're going to beat this team.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work that way in the NFL.
You
gotta show up. You got to show up, and you can't be looking at who are we playing next week. It's who are we playing today. You got to, plan for that team.
So.
What are your thoughts here for our final game?
I think Eagles are going to play good. I think Blah is going to play pretty good. But.
Do you have Packers as 2.5-point favorites?
Yeah.
Yep.
With the Blah's fans, they're pretty loud. Pretty hyped up.
They didn't help them against Carolina.
So, last week they lost to a pretty bad team. Not that bad. But now they're playing a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Will they lose again? Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So,
I hope so.
I'm picking Eagles to win 28-24.
I'll have it similar to you. Eagles 26, Packers 23. I hope it happens because if the Packers were to lose and if the Bears were to win, the Bears would be ahead of the Packers in the standings.
Whoa.
Who'd have thunk it? So I would take that any day of the week. If you asked me after 10 weeks if the Bears were ahead of the Packers, would you be happy? I'd be jubilant. I would love that. So maybe it will happen, and we'll know by Tuesday morning where the Bears stand in the standings. So you have a basketball game. Let's move. Caleb Williams, you're back in my good graces. I'm happy with how he played. Let's keep it going because the Giants are very beatable. Would you agree?
Yes, hopefully.
Okay. Good luck in your basketball game. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're back kicking butt with 80-some viewers, so here we come.